Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bergmann. And I've got my speakers turned on. Hang on one second. I'm not very prepared. There we go. Got it figured out. All right. So, as I said, this is going to be the final stream for Bergmann. I wanted to get it wrapped up because I'm kind of getting, overwhelmed with the project. And plus, I have other things I want to do and I have to do in real life that are going to take me away from a lot of this. So, sadly, this is going to be the final stream. I may continue to play privately, but as far as making this, I'm pretty much done. Simply because there's a brand new version of the map coming out in April. Actually, not brand new, it's updated with sweeping changes to the farmyard. He's moved the main entrance. He's done an automatic milker. He's added alpacas to the map. He's added a whole new process for the alpacas. It may be something I take a cursory look at, but if you want to see a series on it, I believe Farmer Klein is doing a series on that map. And yeah, I'm just want to make sure I finish this out, get it cleaned up. I've decided not to do any more with the winemaking or the beer making because of the fact that they're too expensive for what you get out of them, plain and simple. So what I'm going to do is I finished the contract on the field that I had going last time. Back on this field down here, I finally finished it, collected it, so that's why I'm up over $100,000. And we're going to go ahead and sell all of the cheese because that is actually, where am I at? Going to be the high price right now in September. I don't want to wait till January, so we're going to sell it now in September and just take the little bit of a loss that's there. I've got it all loaded up except for a few pieces and ready to rock and roll. This has been a fun map to play, but I've got, like I said, personal things that I need to take care of that are not going to allow me to stream anywhere near as much as I have been. And it's just one of those things that, sadly, I can't do anymore. So we're just going to go ahead and finish this up. Sell all this cheese. This is all the cheese I had in the storage. And then if I can come back and do more, I may do the next version of Bergmann. I don't know. I just don't like a few of the changes he's made to the farm for the newest version. So it's just, I really like some changes and I don't like other changes. So it's just, you know, what happens with everything when you play a game that somebody else designs the map or whatever. It happens all the time. So what I'm going to do is get loaded up here, and we're going to take all of this cheese down and sell it and see what kind of monies we get off of it. I'm not going to sell the livestock because I may be using it in the future if I decide to play this map on my own. It's just one of those things that I want to move on to other stuff. Plus, like I said, I have other things going on. So let's get this taken care of and wrapped up. And we're going to go ahead and see what we can do. I've always been curious what kind of money you get off a load of cheese. And there's a lot of cheese on here. So we're going to see what we get. One thing I wish he would have done is done some kind of a palletization like he did in 19 for cheese. But he didn't, that I found. Unless I missed something completely, which is entirely possible. So I will be working on a new series when I get time. I do have a South American map going, but I'm kind of struggling with what to do with it. Because there's a lot of different mods you can use and make things different gameplay-wise. But there's also a lot of things that aren't conducive to South America. So we're going to see what we can do here. What am I hitting? Oh, the barn door's closed. I must have hit... No, barn door's not closed. Half of it is, though. Come on, let me out of the barn. I just can't drive, that's the problem. Okay. I gotta straighten out. But I decided to back this in to get in here. I know it's not something you'd normally do in a dairy, is bring a vehicle in because of contamination, but I've decided to do it since there was so much to... Will you please let me out of the door? Thank you. Alright. Let's see where we need to take this to sell it all. Let's see. Cheese. It needs to go to... Looks like the bakery is... The village shop is actually going to give us the most for that kind of cheese. How about the buffalo mozzarella? Buffalo mozzarella is going to be village shop also. Well, I could go to the farm shop with it, or I could go to McKay's Beer Tavern. You know, we're going to go to the village shop with everything and done with it. So I'm just going to tag the place and we're going to go. I'm not going to run, you know, and separate all this cheese into a different area. It's kind of silly to do that. So we're going to take all of this up and get her done. And I may end up doing a summary stream later on if I keep playing on this, but I doubt I will. Simply for the fact that, once again, my interest is waning in Farm Sim, unfortunately. And plus, like I said, I have personal stuff going on that I have to take care of. So, you may see a small hiatus from the channel. I don't know for sure yet. So, we'll do that. Plus, I'm trying to get back into my 3D work. So, that is something else I might do more of. I have a few examples on here on my channel of 3D work that I've been doing. Narganstall Almost Done is one of them. And then I have one where I make a banner in Blender. And we're too early. Okay, time to fast forward time. Settings. We're gonna go 360 just to get it done. Okay, open it up. And now slow it down. This is kind of one of those pain in the butt things where I wish they wouldn't do this on maps. Where they had time scales and things. Alright, here we go. Wait. Stop! Stupid car. Okay, so we have 500 liters of butter, 1,200 liters of goat cheese, 4,000 liters of buffalo mozzarella, and 6,720 liters of regular cheese. So let's see what kind of money we can get off of this. And I'm going to pull on the trigger and boom. 144,000 plus 5,000 sold products. So we did pretty good on the cheese. $144,000. That's pretty darn good. So that's the thing I would focus on if I was going to continue to do the stream, is the cheese, because I've got the herds already established. It is just a matter of rinse and repeat at this point. But the beer and the wine are just too big of an expense to even try to get going on a series where I'm, you know, struggling to get the money going, period. So I've decided just to stop and call it good on this one. In the future on Farm Sim, I'm probably going to do no more than 10 or 12 streams on a map before I move on to something else. It seems to be the trend, is a lot of the streamers do, you know, 10 to 15 streams and then they move on to a new map, so people don't get bored with it, which is understandable. Now Scroft, he's a different kind of guy with his roleplay system. He's got like 300 episodes, but it spans different versions of the game too. So let's hop up to the smokery and see if we can sell the fish that we were smoking. Just trying to make sure I get everything covered. I'm not going to sell the livestock. And this is still cooking. Is this done? No, it's not done yet. Alright, well, we'll leave it go, I guess. We're not going to get that huge amount of money off of the Yeah, that. Oh my lord, my brain won't work today. The smoked fish anyway. I'm not going to worry too much about it. I am not going to sell the herds because I may play on this by myself. It's just one of those things. So let's take a look at everything, see where our finances are, see what our final herds are, and we'll do an estimation of what the final values of everything would be. But I really, really, really don't want to sell everything off. I may sell the horses because they're an investment that I made that I really don't want to do, even if I play in private. I'm not a horse person in the game. So I'm probably going to just let them mature and then I'll sell them off. So let's take a look here. I think I have a bunch of stuff in the silo to sell too. I'm not sure. Yeah, I have oats, barley, and wheat in there. So I have 84,000 liters of oats, or I mean barley, because I thought I needed it for the farm, and we don't. So, we're going to take, I think what we're going to do is take, oh, okay, I owe them all. Okay. Farm bakery. I could sit here and make flour out of flour after flour on the little farm bakery that we've got going, but that's going to take forever. So I think what I'm going to do is take all of the flour, wheat and barley up to the big flour mill and just sell it straight out, just to wipe that out. Because if I keep the barley or the wheat, I can still make bread up in my house, so it's not that big a deal. So let's go get the trailer. We're going to clean out the, we'll take the barley and the wheat up to the flour mill, and then we're going to call it good on that, and I'm going to keep the oats. Wait, is that what I just said? I'm having trouble with sinus headaches too, so it's kind of distracting. Yeah, I'm going to take the barley and the wheat. I'm going to keep the oats, and I'll use that in making the flour that I need for the bread mill if I continue to play. So we're going to go ahead and get this going. And I'm just going to... I have this mounted on the front because I could go full speed plowing with this plow if it's mounted on the front. You can't use workers because the game says you have it loaded wrong, which is true. But for me, I'm not concerned about that. I'm not worried about that at all because I was just trying to get that contract done. And I need to finish field planting if I'm going to do it because of the fact that I have considerable fields to plant and take care of also. Which is why I'm going to turn this back down to 1 times so I have time to take care of everything after the stream. And yes, I was playing on easy mode the whole time because I was to the point where everything was so expensive I couldn't make a profit. So that's something I wish a lot of the map makers would balance out more, is the prices versus what you get in the productions and things like that. Oh, come on, traffic. Please just let me go. This is one thing he changes off of the new version. He gets rid of the archway, and he moves the entrance to the farm to the side of the farm. That's one thing I think I like. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure I'm going to like it, but I'll download it and take a look at it, and if it's something that I feel I can play on comfortably, I may do a second stream on this. I'm not 100% sure if I will, so I'm not going to commit to anything. So it's just one of those things. Okay, we're going to take this up to sell point for wheat is, where's the good spot? Looks like 925 at the ag market. So we're going to tag the place and go. Take it up there and get what we can off of it. But like I said, I'm not going to sell the oats. I'm going to keep that for doing my own bread making on the farm, because you get decent money from the bread, you get decent money from the cheese. With my firewood, I got really good money off of that, so that helped me keep afloat a lot, to be honest with you. It really kept me afloat. But if I do farm Puff Bergmann again, I'm going to do a different mix of tractors, a bigger mix of tractors, so I don't have to struggle with horsepower or things like that. I still have to be careful to make sure it fits in the fences on the farm, but it's going to be a bigger set of tractors from the very beginning and better equipment. And I'm probably going to give myself $2 million to start, just so I can buy the fields, because the fields are stupid expensive on this map. I'm sorry, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. They are stupid expensive. Anybody that makes a map with $60,000 to $70,000 multiplier on top of the Giants regular map is just dooming farms to fail unless you start with huge amounts of money. The ones that do the survival style maps where you start with $0 and then go 100% forward with it have to start on maps that are edited. Otherwise, there's no way you can make money on some of those unless they're massive farms, like Iowa Plains or Michigan farms or whatever it is. Those you might be able to make good money, but you also start out with very good equipment and fields, so you don't have to purchase anything. Oh, this tractor doesn't even have enough oomph to pull this up the hill. Come on. Come on, get up the hill. This is what I'm talking about. The hills are pretty steep on this one when you do find the hills, and the tractors struggle unless you have higher horsepower. So the next time I play a map, I'm going to look at it carefully and see if there's a lot of hills, and I'm going to start with high horsepower to start. More than likely, I'll start with my Dutzfar 9, because that's one thing that I've wanted forever, was my Dutzfar 9. And I finally found it released for the game. And where the heck does this go? Okay, let me look. I turned too soon. I turned into the dairy instead of going through town. But that's one thing I'm going to work on, is trying to be more consistent with my gameplay if I play games. Like, I have a stream going with Farmer Craig. That one started out as just an idea, and Farmer Craig and I are having a lot of fun with it. So since he's a farmer in real life, we have to work with whatever time schedule he has available. Because there are times where he comes home from work on like a Friday night and he doesn't want to stream all weekend. He just wants to chill and play, and that's 100% fine. He works 14, 15-hour days most of the time. So you're not going to see a very consistent schedule on that one, but we're going to keep it going because we both are having fun on Ricci Farms. And I might come on with my South American map if I can figure out how to keep it going smoothly. I'm still testing my private playthrough on it to see if there's enough that I can do on the map without doing constant contracts to keep myself busy. So that might be something I'm going to do. I love the way I have it set up, but it's just, do I have, oops, here it is, do I have enough to keep me busy on there? So I'm not fast forwarding time and doing this and doing that, or running at a really, really fast time trying to keep, productions going. So, yeah, that's the state. And you might see more 3D stuff on here because I have some work I want to do with my friend Anna, who is doing a small ton of work on a map for a table for Dungeons & Dragons. She's been spending probably the better part of 20 years working on a full 3D map of the world of Greyhawk, which is the original D&D world. I'm working with her on doing some 3D models for it. I can't say much more than that because I don't even know what the details are, what we're going to do yet. We have a meeting coming up soon about that. So I don't know what I'm going to do for sure. But as far as Farm Sim, I'm going to play when I can. Like I said, I'm still working on trying to find the nice map that'll keep me going. But right now, my personal stuff takes precedence. So I'm going to do things as fast as I can and as consistently as I can, but there's not going to be a set schedule. So, and I may disappear for 2 months, 3 months. I don't know what's going to happen yet for sure. I just need to make sure I take care of my personal stuff first. So, let's get the last of these things put up here. I may lease a bigger tractor or just spawn in a bigger tractor so I can get this up the roads and done. I don't think I will though, because I guess we made it up the hill okay. I may bring it to a closer bit place. I didn't even pay attention to what we made off that load. That's how distracted I am lately. But anyway, that's the state of the channel. I'm gonna be working on Cache Cleaner Simulator, maybe a couple more streams, but I'm just not feeling that one either. So I may end up deleting that one. I'm not sure. We'll see. I played the game through once on my own, and I just get tired of washing money, carrying money, doing this, doing that, and you know, all that. So, whatever, we'll find out. And this is me being open and honest, because I'm not going to keep you guys hanging. You know, I understand if I lose subscribers. I'm not worried about that, because I'm not trying to make money off of this. Eventually, if it would get to that point, that'd be fantastic. But I'm not going to spend my entire life trying to make money on YouTube or TikTok or any of those. Because any of those, you need millions of views to make, you know, or I mean, hundreds of thousands of views to make any decent money off of it, or a following that is huge. So that's not me. But whatever, we'll see what happens. And yeah, I actually may see if I can find a bigger tractor that goes faster than this to get this done, because 25 is really slow when you're hauling stuff, trying to get things done. Yeah, traffic, go away. Alright, so let's go ahead and park this over here. And I'm going to see how much it would cost me to rent a bigger tractor. So let's see. Sorry, my headache is kind of distracting me today. I think the Dutesvar 9 is in the large tractors. Where does that go? That goes 31. Dutesvar 9. I don't even have loaded in here. Okay, so, oh, here it is, Series 9. That goes 40. And that's one of my favorite tractors in the entire game, is this one, the Dutesvar 9. So we're gonna check it out. We're gonna boost it up to 1,000 horsepower and then check and see what it's gonna cost to lease it. 10,000? Yes, we're leasing it. Because it'll allow me to get things done faster. I want to see also if it fits through this archway. The new version of the map, like I said, the front entrance for the farm is going to be moved over in the neighborhood of this entrance here. Is it going to be his main entrance into the farm? I'm not exactly sure why he's doing that. The alpaca processing plant is going to be in here, I think. And he's also going to change out the goat and sheep pasture. I don't remember all of it. Farmer Klein's got a really deep dive into all the changes that are coming up on Bergmann. So it's just one of those things. We'll see what kind of stuff they get into. And like I said, if I play, I'm going to do a little bit of a playing on my own on the map and see if it's something I want to do a stream on. But again, my personal stuff takes precedence with all of that. So it's kind of hard playing games with one eye shut though, because my sinuses are on the warpath and I have to close one eye to keep my headache at bay a little bit. I don't know why it is, but it's doing that. Oh, how about we fill the trailer before we take off like a bat? That'd be a good idea. And nobody coming? But I really, really, really like this tractor. Really, really, really like the Dudes Far. I could get so much more done. I wouldn't have to worry about which equipment I buy or anything. I could just do it. Plus it sounds mean too. Let's see, take the last of the wheat. Actually, no, that's only 9,000. I think I'm just going to leave the wheat and I'll use it for bread. That little bit. I sold a majority of it. I'll just dump that back in and I'll get the barley and get that hold. Okay, let's see. Am I close enough to get it? Yes, I am. Okay, so barley we're going to sell. We're going to sell a good portion of it, probably all of it. But it's going to take a little bit because this only holds 12,000, so it's going to take like 4 trips. So what's the closest sell point that is here? I don't want to take all day doing this. Agriculture market sells for almost $100 more. No, $50 more a thing. You know what? We're going to Baywa. I'm not going to drive I'm not going to drive all the way up there to get extra $50 per bushel. Since this is the final stream of the series. But we'll see. We'll see what we have to do here. So let's take this down to Baywa. I have to be careful on these roads because the roads are narrow and traffic is takes a good chunk of it, so I have to be careful not to crash. Did I miss my turn? Yes, I did. Blast it! Every time. Grr. Not mad, I'm just a little annoyed with myself that I've gone the wrong way. Will you please let me off that fence? That I've gone the wrong way twice now. This is the animal dealer, it's not Baywa. This is the road I want for Baywa. Next time I play, if I play on an English map, I'm going to shut the traffic off because it is so annoying. The roads are so narrow in England, if they're true to the English styles, that they're very hard to navigate on. Alright, so this is Baywa. We're just going to get turned around here. And not be able to turn because I can't steer myself anymore, evidently. Okay, there we go. Made it. So let's see, we're gonna get a good chunk of monies off of this barley too. I'm actually quite disappointed that I wasn't gonna use the barley for anything because I purposely planted that for doing the beer. And then, you know, $10,000 a trailer load. That's really not that much, but I missed my turn again. But it's not the high selling point either. So, this is going to be a very short stream. Because I'm just going to wrap up a few things and just kind of leave everything. But I wanted to give you guys a state of the channel kind of thing and update everything. Get out of the way. I can go so much faster than you guys. Now get out of the way. Grr. I know this is silly fast tractor, but it's better than some of the tractors that go 20 miles an hour on, especially on a stream. You know, you want to get stuff done. I'm actually having to throttle myself back so I don't go full bore. Alright, barley. So $10,000 trailer load, and I have approximately 2 more trailer loads to go. Give or take, I think it's 2. So we're going to make about 40, no, we'll make 10,000 on there, and I have roughly 3 more to go. So it's going to take $50,000 off the barley, so that's not too bad. I mean, for the amount of work I have here. But I'm hoping to find another map that is kind of like Bergmann, so it's a lot of little stuff to do, but I really enjoy Andy's work. But sometimes the processes are just too detailed to make it fun for me. I love production maps, but I like them where you can dump the stuff, grab the stuff, and go. It's, you know, just that sort of thing. So. And I couldn't do this map justice if I wanted to as a single player because it's just too much going on. And I did it again. I went to the wrong frickin' place. What am I caught on? Oh, stupid bush. That's one other thing that kind of annoys me about this map, is he's got collisions on the bushes. And it's just, grr. Anyway, I'm not going to get crabby because I don't want to be crabby today, so. Just little things like that, you know. And I am working very, very slowly at doing my own map. So I'm sure by the time I get... Oh, I don't know what I hit there. There's nothing there. Anyway, I am working on my own map. I'm working very, very slowly at it, so I doubt I'll have it ready for release anytime soon. But again, it's one of those things where I have to take care of personal responsibilities. So even that's going to be taking back... I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Oh my god, I'm just going to give up. Just going to give up. Let's just take the barley on a scenic tour while we're at it. Works for me. God. But I have a really bad streak of not finishing series when I'm playing on things, playing on maps and things. I just kind of let them drop, so I wanted to make sure I finished this one up. Alright, get this done. It's done. Yep. So we'll just sell all this, and then we'll do a rough estimation of what my farm is worth. I know there's a mod out there now that'll do net worth, but it's a lot of work to keep this big of a farm going by myself. And I put too many irons in the fire on this one also. I should have not tried to do everything cool, you know, like the smoked fish and fishing and all that, and I should have stuck with the core stuff. But c'est la vie, as they say. And I will be moving these videos into its own category so you guys can find it easier on my channel. It's just, I never did that because I didn't know how long I was going to play. So, I need to get that moved over so it's easier to find. Okay. So all told, our farm is probably worth several million because we have a lot of different, what do you call it, fields. So let's take a look at that as soon as my game saves. And for some reason, my NVMe drive that I'm playing this off of takes forever to do anything, and it's starting to really annoy me. So the map, let's go, this will do, prop types. So I currently own 2 cow pastures. They're worth 60,000 here. This one's worth 44,000, so that's 100,000. I have this one, which is 100,000 by itself, which is one of the smaller fields that I own. So that's 200,000. 200,000. And this one keys the entire farm, so that's 1,000,005, so 1,000,007. And then I have this one, which is another 4, so that's 2,000,001. And then this one is 2,000,003. And then I've got, I sold the orchard, 2,000,003. Then I have the, where is it? The fishery, 2,000,003. And that's another 84,000, which is 2,000,003.84. So we'll go still 2,000,003. 2,000,003.80. And I also own the firewood, which is one of these little places here. Get off my screen. I did not buy this land though. Oh, yes, I did. I have it. So 10,000. So 2,003,90 plus all the equipment. So we're looking probably $4 million by the time we're done with all the equipment. So yeah, we did pretty good. And we're still in debt quite a ways, because I took the loan to buy that other field. Which in a way is kind of sad, actually, if you look at it, because I'm still in loan to the tune of, actually, no, I'm not in loan. I thought I had a loan. Okay, so we're 2,000,003 roughly for the value of the farm. So it's not too bad. And we're doing actually pretty good with all this stuff. And if I continue on this, I'm going to keep the bull and sell the other tractors. Because I like the bull, and it's got all the horsepower that I need for playing single player. I might keep the larger of the other 2 dudes fars, just so I have a worker tractor. And to move things around the farm. But other than that, I'm going to call it good. I know this is a short video, guys, but it's one thing that I wanted to do, and just cleaning up some of the... Oh, seriously? Will you freaking move? My goodness, I hate traffic on this map. Yeah, we're just going to call it good. And I'm sorry, I wish I could have kept it going longer, but interest was starting to wane on it, and my interest was starting to wane on it. So we're just going to call it done before we get to the point of not wanting to do it at all. So I'm going to feed my kitty cats because they didn't get fed yet today. Come on, pick it up. Plus some of the updates that Farm Sim has made in the last few weeks has just kind of made it hard to work on some of this stuff. So let's take a little final look at all the animals that are here, and we'll call it good. Nice little flock of geese and chickens. Nice little farm. Got some kitty cats. We've got these. Got some piggos working here, and he's out of his pen again. He's sticking his head out. So I gotta, keep working on that too. So it's a big project to keep going to make all of the feed that you need for the animals and everything. It's definitely not one you want to play at 5 times or 6 times. There's just so much to do for one person that you struggle really, really hard on this map to keep up with everything. At least I do, and I know I'm not the most efficient driver or anything. But we've got brand new kids down here again in the goats, so we've got a bunch of goats. We've got calves. And like I said, I may be back with a little more of this in the future. I don't know. I need to feed my calves. But it's just one of those things, life takes over, and you got to do what you got to do to keep going. So, and I have milk to start. So we'll feed what we can here and take care of everything. But unfortunately, this is going to be the end of the series. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do the new version when it comes out in April. I don't know exactly what's going to happen with the channel, if I'm going to turn a little more towards 3D, or if I'm going to keep with Farm Sim, or if I'm going to play other games. I don't know anything yet. I'm really not feeling gaming at all at this point because of things going on personally, so I'm just not really feeling like gaming much. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up, let you know what's going on, and let you know that I have a ton of stuff going on that's taken my focus away from gaming. So I'm just going to feed my calves so I know they don't starve to death. And then I'm probably going to move these little guys over to the beef pen if I keep going. And I might change my mind completely. Who knows? I don't know. Not a clue. I may change my mind to keep going, keep doing streams. I don't know. I have no idea. So I may just delete this one and say, let's go again. Who knows? I have no idea what I'm going to do. Let's go ahead and top off this other bucket a little more. This one. There we go. Oh, they're fed. Yeah, I hear ya. You're noisy. But, it may be one of those things that I pick it up again and play some more. And then I'll just change the title of this one to episode 14. I don't know. I really don't. So, just one of those things. You just gotta deal with things as they come and take it from there. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. I got a bunch of work here I'm going to do on the farm. If I continue to play privately, I still have to do it. I need to scoop all of these guys' poop out of here. I need to do all the stuff there. I need to take care of a lot of things. And for right now, this is the final episode of Bergmann 1.3. Like I said, I do not know if I'm going to continue personally or if I'm going to, privately. I do not know. So anyway, guys, I wish I could give you better answers than that, but I can't right at the moment. So I'm going to just call her good for here and bow out gracefully for the time being. And then once I get things figured out a little bit better, I will let you know what's going on. Keep you posted. I'll post some stuff on the channel to let you know what's coming up, what's going on. And yeah, that's all I can do. So you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful night. I will talk to y'all later. See you soon. Bye.